Cricket West Indies today confirmed the appointment of Nicholas Pooran as the West Indies men's one-day international and the T20 international captain following the international retirement of Kieron Pollard. Pooran will take over the captaincy for the West Indies ODI and T20 international teams after being Pollard's deputy over the last year. The appointment will include the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2022 and the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in October 2023. Shai Hope has been recommended to stand as vice-captain of the ODI team. Cricket West Indies Director of Cricket Jimmy Adams said, quote, "We believe Nicholas is ready for the challenge of leading our white ball teams given his experience, performances and the respect he has within the playing group. The selection panel believes that Nicholas has matured as a player and we're impressed with his leadership of both teams when Kieron Pollard has been absent. The experience he has gathered playing in various franchise leagues around the world was also a factor in the decision to recommend him for the T20 captaincy." End quote. Pooran has already captained the West Indies men in Pollard's absence, leading them to a CG Insurance T20 International Series win at home against Australia in 2021. Meanwhile, veteran cricket commentator and analyst Colin Murray has confidence in Pooran's ability to lead the West Indies team but knows it will be no easy task. Ken Fuentes tells us more.
The experienced cricket analyst says it was not a surprising move to appoint Pooran as captain, adding the leadership role would have come way sooner than some may have expected due to former captain Kieron Pollard's sudden retirement.
I wasn't totally surprised at the decision Pollard made, but so I think they were hoping that he might have stayed another year, another 2 years, just to continue the grooming of Pooran, because he came into the job as vice captain and not knowing all the facts. I presume he was put there to understudy Pollard, because you had a few of the other veterans around, and they needed a young man coming up to lead the team eventually. But I would have thought they would have needed another year or two with Pooran just to make sure that he was right and ready for the job.
Mr. Murray believes the job has gotten harder for Pooran now that the team is in a transition stage without many of the experienced players from the past.
This is a mammoth task for him. Let's not be fooled by this. This is a mammoth task. He's got a young team. He's got a team without the experience. This is not a young man coming into a team that has Gale, Bravos, the two Bravos that one had formed, Pollard and Russell and all of these guys. He's coming into a team that they've just seen four world-class players. And Narain, I forgot Sunil Narain. 4 or 5 world-class players that are no longer around. So he's got now to basically form his own team. He's got to take this team now and mold it. And while molding it, he has now got to look for world-class performers.
Murray, a former West Indies youth captain, hopes that Pooran will take time to rub shoulders with some of the experienced captains in the Indian Premier League, where he's playing for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and apply the advice received to his new role as leader of the West Indies white ball teams.
In that IPL, he should go to Dhoni, for example, and just chat to Dhoni, chat about captaincy, how he leads the team. Because it's not just leading the team on the field. People have to remember as well, you've got individuals out there that comes from the various islands. Right, the Ghanese culture is different to the Bajan culture, to the Trinidadian culture. And what you will find is that the Ghanese circle together, the Bajan circle together. But you've got to get that team as a unit. You've got to get, hey, this is West Indies. This is no longer Barbados or Guyana or Trinidad. This is the West Indies.
Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
All the best, Nikki P.